Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the rugby grounds of the University of North Florida for this matchup today between the Jacksonville Axemen and Southwest Florida Copperheads. Coming into today's game, the Jacksonville Axemen are 3-0. Their last game taking on a tough opponent in the Tampa Mayhem, able to seal the win. Southwest Florida Copperheads coming off of a bye week after dropping 2 straight to the Tampa Mayhem, but last time these two teams played, Southwest Jacksonville Axemen were able to sneak away with a last-second try by Tony Robinson. And I have a feeling today will shape up to be a very interesting game.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the University of North Florida. Second home game of the 2022 season against Jacksonville Axemen versus the Southwest Florida Copperheads. For the Copperheads, on your left, in the number 1 jersey, Lillian Sear. Number 2, Jordan Flores.
Just taking a minute to go over team rosters. Number 1 and team captain, Dave Washington playing fullback. Out at wing, Vashawn Mars. Out at the other wing, Tony Robinson. At number 4 playing centers, Josh Jackson. Playing at number 5 is James Williams. Number 6, Luke Finley. Number 7, Stephen Hill, a.k.a. Meaty. Number 8, Justin Williams. At number 9, Mason McCrory. Number 10, the veteran Kevin Wathen. Number 11, Terrence James. Number 12, Brad Shipman. Number 13, Malcolm Webb. Number 14, Josh Westerlin. Number 15, Zane Douglas. Number 16, Alex Eberly. Number 17, Desta Bailey. Number 18, Justice Pino. Number 19, making his rugby league debut, Roy Young. For the Southwest Florida Copperheads today, we have at number 1, Elian Sierre. Number 2, Jordan Flores. Number 3, Rodriguez Caesar. Number 4, Raphael Reuters. Number 5, Jean Fortin. Number 6, Wes Piggins. Number 7, Anthony Halkias. Number 8, Liam Piggins. Number 9, Lucas Sprisi. Number 10, Yacorba Traore. Number 11, Andrew Rorden. Number 12, Rashad Shelton. Number 13, Shane Spring. Number 14, Kevin Kermondu. Number 15, Anthony Scullis. Number 16, Michael Kahn. Number 17, Curtis Goddard. Number 18, James Leor. Number 19, Jay Mambo.
Recently won a silver medal at the USA Games for open water swim in June and was named Adaptive Athlete of the Year last year. Caleb collects her models and has a cooking show on social media. Join us in welcoming Caleb as an honorary Axeman. Welcome, Caleb. Enrico Plaza, good night today. So we have Josh Jackson. The national anthem for us, please.
Okay, all right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just set here for kickoff here. Both teams getting final instructions from coaches. Referee Dean Cox comes out with the ball, and we're about ready to get things started here. Looks as though the Southwest Florida Copperheads will be kicking off today to the Jacksonville Axemen. Dave Washington set to receive the kick. And we are underway. Looks like that ball will be fielded by James Williams. James Williams is going to take it himself to break a few tackles. He's still going. He's still running. Passes that off to Tony Robinson. Tony Robinson, he's going to take that to the house. That is a done deal. He is in. And just like that, less than 30 seconds into the game, Jacksonville Axemen up 4 points over the Southwest Florida Copperheads. Looking like a solid start for the Axemen today. Let's see if they can continue that. As Luke Finley will now set up to return the kick. Luke Finley from South Africa. And if you're looking for a playmaker, Luke Finley, handsome South African, he'll do just fine. That kick is up, and that kick is good. All right, now let's see what they can do again. Can't imagine that's the start the Copperheads wanted to have today, looking to send a strong message to the Axemen. So far, it's early, but not a strong start. South Florida Copperheads set to kick off again. We'll try this again. Anthony Halkias with the kick. Rashawn Mars fields the kick. He's going to take it himself again. Cuts, goes in, able to break a tackle. Still breaking tackles. And they're going to finally bring him down. Going to get it to play the ball. Going to go to Terrence James. Terrence James makes a run forward, able to gain about 5 meters on the run. Look, that ball's going to go to the veteran, Kevin Wathen, with the lumberjack beard. Ooh, that's a bit of a high tackle on that. They're going to get him on his back. Tackle was a little suspect, but see about that. Mason McCrory going to take it himself on a dummy half scoop. Able to gain roughly 10 meters here on tackle 4. Luke Finley. Luke Finley's going to scoot it himself, just looking to set up a kick here. That ball's going to go to Stephen Hill. Stephen Hill gets it, puts in a boot. Decent kick, decent height. It's like they're going to field that at roughly the 20. Copperhead's coming up looking for an attack, and he's going to get grabbed by Dave Washington and held down by Luke Finley. Rodriguez sees it here, looking to a scoot, takes it into Mason McCrory. Terrence James able to bring him down. Or excuse me, Kevin Wathen. Kevin Wathen, 2 tackles in a row now, working hard in marker play. Look to swing it out wide. Caught by Action Jackson. Luke Finley able to get him on his back. Rolls right over. It's like Anthony Halkias in with a kick. That ball is going to be fielded by Dave Washington. Let's it sit for a second. Here comes Dave Washington. Never know what he's going to do. To break through, it looks like he'll be brought down. Action, Josh Jackson. There's probably no one in the country who has, in the history of the sport, who's been playing rugby league longer than Josh Jackson. And I don't suspect anyone will break his record for quite a while. Mason McCrory looking like he's going to go to Malcolm Webb. Tony Robinson. Oh, that ball's bobbled. He's able to hang on to it after a bobble. Out to James Williams, and he burns him. Can he beat the fullback? He does with no issue. And just like that, 5 minutes, 2 tries for James Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us after some technical difficulty, welcome to the rugby grounds of North Florida, University of North Florida against the Jacksonville Axemen and Southwest Florida Copperheads. So far, with roughly 5 minutes gone, James Williams able to make 2 big breaks and score 2 tries. Current score stands at 10-0 for the Jacksonville Axemen, with Luke Finley set to kick to make it 12. Luke Finley slots it through. That kick will be good. Axemen looking like they're having a strong start to start today's game. So once again, as it stands, at 34 minutes, the score is Axemen 10, Southwest Florida Copperheads nothing. It's like Anthony Halkias set to a kick. One thing I like is, if you look, Anthony Halkias sets the ball up in a unique way on the tee. I've never quite seen that before, but is able to kick it straight, as that kick will be fielded by Dave Washington. Off to Kevin Wathen. Kevin Wathen will take it up. Trying to find a bit of space. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. Fights forward for extra meters. Mason McCrory here, set from dummy half. That ball go off to Terrence James. We call them Twins. Twins drags forward for some extra yards. Play the ball out to Malcolm Webb. Malcolm Webb, such a strong runner. Malcolm Webb's breaking a tackle, and they bring him down. Thought he might have had a break on that. Mason McCrory off to Dave Washington. Dave Washington went straight into the middle of that forward pack. Justin Williams, another hard runner. And they chop him right down. Let's see what they're going to do. Off to Stephen Hill. Stephen Hill in with a chip kick. Little grubber. Oh, and that ball might have been knocked. It absolutely was knocked, says referee Dean Cox. That'll be a scrum for the Jacksonville Axemen. Inside, looks like roughly 15 meters outside of the try zone. Axemen will be looking to convert this and punch it in for a try and put this game out of reach early on for the Copperheads. Stephen Hill here with the scrum feed. We call him Meaty. Easy to see why. Luke Finley off to Malcolm Webb. Malcolm Webb cuts back inside, breaks a few tackles, goes forward. Got to wonder if they're going to go for the punch here or set up for a kick. Let's see what they do, really testing out the Copperheads defense. Oh, and Justin Williams bobbles a ball. And that'll go down as a wasted opportunity. I will say, it poured earlier today. It is a synthetic turf field, so the water stays on the field. And while the conditions are dry, the ball is a little bit slick after it's been rolling around on the dirt. Justin Williams not one to make a mistake like that. Anthony Halkias out to Rodriguez Caesar. Rodriguez Caesar beats Luke Finley. Tony Robinson, everyone's going to drag him down, cuts back inside, and Tony Robinson able to wrap him up. Gets up quick, though, to play the ball. They try to scoot. Brad Shipman and Tony Robinson there to stop any potential scoot. It's like one of the Piggins brothers looking for a run. Great guy. Bought a jersey off of him at the Naples Nines tournament. Fantastic guy. Copperheads tip one out. Brought down by Justin Williams and Brad Shipman yet again. Brad Shipman, fantastic on defense. You'll watch Brad Shipman go against guys twice his size and bring them down with no issue. As looks like Luke Finley with another tackle. He's made quite a few tackles today so far. Anthony Halkias, little 3-on-2. Able to beat Vashon Mars, and Rodriguez Caesar punches it in for a try. Oh, Daniel Morecom is called something. Something off a miss. Dean Cox is going to disallow that a try. Southwest Florida Copperheads not happy about the call. As Dean Cox and Daniel Morecom discuss it on the sideline. Not sure what the call is. He might have dropped the ball before he touched it down. A little bit of confusion here. Looks like that'll be a scrum for the Axemen. Axemen giving a break on that one. Vashon Mars just caught in an unwinnable 3-on-2. Oh, excuse me, it'll be a play the ball out to Terrence James. Terrence James snuffed that one out. Copperheads defense looking to push hard here. Got to imagine they're fired up after an unfortunate mistake. Cost them a try. Vashon Mars breaking tackles. He'll be brought down. Mason McCrory. Brad Shipman. Brad Shipman takes it in. Brad Shipman able to find a little bit of space. Does the old roll forward for some more yards. Justin Williams to Tony Robinson. Tony Robinson, is he going to break it again? Oh, and he jukes him and just stands there. Only have one marker. Let's see what the Axemen do. Justin Williams fights forward. Axemen now just past halfway line. To look to kick here on fifth tackle. Stephen Hill in with a decent kick. Fielded by the Copperheads. It's like Dave Washington able to trip him up. Oh, and that ball coughs out. Dave Washington recovers. And looks like they got it in. Dave Washington. One on the board for him. One thing the Axemen really doing a good job of this game that they've really struggled with all season is completing their sets. And you're able to see that pay off in rugby league. It's all about field position more so than anything else. And when you're able to complete those sets, you set yourself up for good field position to be able to make that knockout punch. Comes Coach Sean Rutcherson out here with some words to say to some of his backs. A few adjustments to be made. Meanwhile, Luke Finley still set to kick. Should be a gimme. Nothing's a gimme, though, in this sport. And that kick is up. And that looks good. So, with 24 minutes gone here, the score, Jacksonville Axemen 18, Southwest Florida Copperheads nothing. Coach Sean Rutcherson keeping on-field personnel the same. Hard not to. Has to be happy with what he's seeing out there today so far. And we're back underway here. Looks like that kick should be fielded by Vashon Mars. Vashon Mars going to take it himself. What's he going to do? Getting dangerously close to that out-of-bounds line. And he's running 12-6. Fighting forward for extra yards. Ends up costing him a few. Referee Dean Cox reminding players to stay on side. Terrence James coming in. He's met and brought down. Here on tackle 2. It's like Mason McCrory signaling for either Malcolm Webb or Justin Williams. Oh, and he runs a fake play off to Kevin Wathen. I'm going to try to pick Kevin Wathen up. Kevin's not a small man, but he's not a large man. That a beard probably adds an extra 5 pounds to him. Malcolm Webb cuts and goes in. They're going to hold him up. Go out to Luke Finley. Kevin Wathen as Luke Finley takes a shot on that. Bit of a cheap shot. Dean Cox allows it. Stephen Hill in with a kick. That ball will be just short of the 30-meter line. Brought down by Tony Robinson and Justin Williams. Copperheads players still not all back on side as a player stands in his way on the scoot. And referee Dean Cox calls a halt to play. And that'll probably be an offsides play. See? Few Axemen not in position, but able to make the stop. So one of the Piggins brothers. He's going to run it in. Finds Luke Finley. Finley able to stop him. That'll be a play of the ball. To Anthony Halkias. Gives it off to the big fella. Brad Shipman again going up against his man, twice his size, able to make a stop. Into Malcolm Webb. It's like Stephen Hill and Malcolm Webb in on that tackle. Right into Mason McCrory. Tell you what, Mason is a tough guy. I've watched him take numerous hits. I was convinced he was knocked unconscious and still came out and played. Kevin Wathen offloads. Ooh, and that's an unfortunate offload. Got to be Copperheads' ball on a new set. Oh, and that ball rolls out the back on the play of the ball. Getting sloppy out here. Anthony Halkias goes in for the try after a whiff on the tackle from Luke Finley. Which will put us now with 22 minutes left in the first half. Put us at Jacksonville Axemen 18. Southwest Florida Copperheads at 4, pending a conversion kick. We're lucky enough to bring you the game here live and in clear view, unlike some other leagues, which will show you a game in front of a chain link fence. Coach Sean Rutcherson, such a perfectionist. I'm sure he has some strong words after that mistake led to the Copperhead score. Copperhead set to kick. Not a crazy hard kick, and that just a little bit to the left, so that will be no good. So, with 21 minutes left, it'll be Jacksonville Axemen 18, Southwest Florida Copperheads 4. If you notice, all of our players are wearing crazy socks to raise awareness for Down syndrome. Players on both teams, a great cause. And today we have Caleb out here running the AT. Caleb, an athlete himself, truly a remarkable story. Invite you to go online to Jacksonville Axemen website, to the Jacksonville Axemen's website to read more about it. And Luke Finley here, set to kick things off, get us back underway. We'll see if that was a mistake or a big momentum swing. Ooh, a little bit of miscommunication here as that ball lands. And that'll be a knock on. A brutal mistake by the Southwest Florida Copperheads. So just getting set here for the scrum. Little fun fact for the day, Josh Axton Jackson, number 4 out there for the Axemen, is easily the longest, has played rugby league in America longer than any other person. Started in 2007 and has been playing ever since. That is easily a record. And he's still going after all these years and after multiple children. Still able to do what he loves out here playing rugby with the Axemen. Played for the Central Florida Warriors for a little bit. Be great to see them come back. Add another team to the competition. Here comes Kevin Wathen in with the run. Kevin Wathen running hard, able to eat a tackle, keeps going. Ball out to Luke Finley. Luke Finley tries to cut his way in. They're going to hold him. Axemen close to the line as Josh Westerlin is checked into the game. And that is a try. Josh Westerlin, currently in the New Zealand Navy as a diver, coming to us. Let me tell you something. He hits harder than any man I have ever played against. I've played a fair amount of rugby, played against a lot of big, strong fellas. No one has hit me as hard as Josh Westerlin. I believe that will be a 20-minute water break. It's not too warm today, but the humidity is quite high. Meanwhile, Luke Finley sets up to kick again. He's been perfect so far today. Can he keep it going? Or announcers jinx? And announcers jinxed him. I'll be doing some burpees for that later, I'm sure. Anthony Halkias set to kick. It looks like, yep, and Dean Cox will call for the 20-minute water break. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this time to thank you all for tuning in to this game today. If you weren't able to make it in person, it's great. We're out here trying to grow the game, rugby league, a sport all of us love, despite all of the current political turmoil going on with the sport. At the end of the day, just let the players play. Let's see if Coach Sean Rutherson will make any adjustments here. The 20-minute mark. Looks like Alex Eberly is checked into the game, along with Zane Douglas, a.k.a. Dougie. If you ask him, he will, in fact, teach you how to Dougie. I've asked him. I'd also like to apologize for early technical difficulties we had. It's live. It's live, folks. Anything can happen. We're just happy you decided to stick along with us and join us to watch this game of rugby league this evening. On a beautiful evening, I might say. It poured earlier today. Played a little bit of touch rugby in the mud. Was a little worried about the game today, but everything turned out great. Anthony Halkias with the kick. That's a deep one. Going to go straight to the front rower, Kevin Waffen. Kevin Waffen going to take it up. Runs right into him. Knowing Kevin, he might still have hard feelings about that uncalled tackle. Just a suspicion I have knowing Kevin. Mason McCrory off to Westerlin. Westerlin fights forward. Makes a few meters. Mason McCrory. Luke Finley cuts inside, takes a shot, able to find his front. And right now, the Axemen are really working on just focusing on getting the ball out of their own end, putting in a kick, and focus on not defending on their own try lines with their back against the ball. Like I said, rugby league is very dependent on field position. Oh, and Copperheads player shoots out of the line, trying to make a tackle. And Malcolm Webb, such a strong human being, just carries Rodriguez Caesar like it's nothing. Mason McCrory off to Zane Douglas. Zane Douglas makes a run, able to find his front, trying to get it quick to play the ball. Dean Cox calls a halt to play. It's like that'll be an improper play the ball. Oh, excuse me. That was fit tackle. That'll be a changeover. Axemen just losing count of the tackles. It's like Jay Mambo, former Axeman. And with the tackle, Malcolm Webb goes down alongside Kevin Wathen. That'll be another offsides penalty. Anthony Halkias with the kick. That ball will be roughly the 15-meter line. With about 14 minutes left in the half. Imagine the Copperheads looking to have a stronger quarter than how they started, and so far it's looking that way for them. The Piggins brothers fighting to stay up. Finally goes down, finds his front. Tackled by Mason McCrory and Brad Shipman. Malcolm Webb in with the tackle alongside Justin Williams. Copperheads looking to go out wide. Little block play. Anthony Halkias, Rodriguez Caesar. Oh, and that's an unfortunate mistake. That'll be a turnover. Oh, bit of extracurricular activity. Vashawn Mars was involved in a little incident last game with former Axemen, international superstar Joe Eichner. The biggest tragedy of all that was a knocked over bag of Swedish fish. The real tragedy in it all. Oh, that's an elbow to the face. Yep, and Dean Cox is going to call him on that. That was a very obvious play. Hard to argue against that one. And that'll be Copperhead's ball. Westy, the Kiwi, an aggressive player. Dave Washington able to miss. Mason McCrory also misses. Kindly caught up by Luke Finley. And Josh Westerlin. Imagine he's a little fired up after he got called for that elbow. It's like Alex Eberly and Zane Douglas. It's like Copperheads looking like they have numbers, looking to move the ball, gives it off to the front row where he's going to take it straight in. On tackle 3 now, really testing out Axemen defense. Anthony Halkias sinks it out wide to Rodriguez Caesar, and he bobbles it. Action, Josh Jackson with the reception. Able to intercept the ball as he almost goes halfway north-south. Dave Washington off to Alex Eberly. Mason McCrory, Vashawn Mars. We call him Vito. Vito tries to break through, and that ball pops out. That ball definitely went backwards. Oh, and Vashawn Mars strips it back. Oh, and Dean Cox calls it back. What was almost an awesome play. Vashawn Mars getting fired up right now. Both captains imploring their players to settle down. Conversation to the ref. That'll be a penalty kick out of bounds. Looks like that'll be roughly the 10-meter line. That'll put the Axemen with their backs on the goal line. And let's see what the Copperheads try to do in this situation. Going to give it off to one of the Pickens brothers. He's going to go straight in, met by Kevin Wathan and Malcolm Webb, two people I wouldn't advise running straight into. And he's going to be met by Luke Finley and Josh Westerlin. Oh, looks like Copperheads player explaining to the referee what happened. Very concise manner. It's like Anthony Halkias will make a tap here. Looks like kicked it, decided to go back. Interesting choice. Makes sense. Trying to get themselves a little bit of room here, probably to try to run a play here. Oh, and he jumped for the line. So I believe that's Wes Pickens. Straight into Kevin Wathan and Malcolm Webb again. Brad Shipman and Mason McCrory in with the tackle. It looked like a little bit of support there from Justin Williams. Oh, and that ball bobbles out. Justin Williams gets a good smack on. It's picked up by Brad Shipman. What's Dean Cox going to say? Looks like that will be a scrum for the Axemen. Axemen able to bend but not break. Their backs against the wall, able to maintain the 18-point lead with a little under 10 minutes left in the half. Luke Finley with the scrum feed. The ball will go out, tries to run a fake around the back. Mason McCrory off to Zane Douglas, one of the other Kiwis out here. Another Kiwi diver. Slightly ugly play the ball, but Dean Cox will allow it. Malcolm Webb running through. Let me tell you something. If you're looking to get in shape, look up Malcolm Webb. Work out with Webb on Instagram. Fantastic personal trainer. The uniforms don't do him any justice. The man is jacked. Malcolm Webb. Oh, and he runs him straight over. But he's met and brought back, able to find his front. Alex Eberly with the hit up. That'll be tackle 5. It's like far side setting up a play or something. Here comes Vashawn Mars, Josh Jackson. Off the foot. That'll be off the foot. All allowed. Met by Justin Williams, Josh Westerlin. He'll be brought down. Dave Washington screaming for the defense to come up hard and attack and put them on their backs on defense. It's like Jay Mambo against Josh Westerlin. Copperheads a straight hit up into Luke Finley and Alex Eberly. Looks like Alex Eberly is playing more in the middle today. Normally plays on the far outside. Ooh, and that was a good shot by, I believe it was Justin Williams. Justin Williams with a strong hit on, I believe, Jay Mambo. It's like Anthony Halkias with the run. Ball be off. Copperheads with a kick. Dave Washington back to receive. Dave Washington, hands smooth as butter. He doesn't drop those. Dave Washington met. Looks at roughly 35 line. Get off. James Williams on for a hat trick. Looking like he's got a hat trick on the day. Oh, and he gives it off to Alex Eberle, off to Malcolm Webb. Malcolm Webb in with the try. A little bit of teamwork there, able to make it happen. So that'll put us now with a little bit over 6 minutes left to go. Axemen 26, Copperheads 4, with a pending conversion from Luke Finley, potentially to put the Axemen up by 24 points. The Axemen looking shaky there for a minute, able to recover, get things back on track. All right, Luke Finley only missed one on the day so far. I've already jinxed him. You can't jinx someone twice. And that kick is good. It's a close one. But touch judge Daniel Morcom says it was good. Once again, with roughly 5 minutes remaining, the score is 28. Jacksonville Axemen 28, Southwest Florida Copperheads at 4. Let's see how the Copperheads respond here on this set. Axemen certainly ahead, but the game is not by any means out of reach for the Copperheads. Still a lot of rugby left to be played. But you got to imagine they're going to look to want to put a lid on things before things do get out of hand. That ball will be kind of a bouncer. Luke Finley bobbles it, able to come up with it. Finley cuts back inside. Met by the Copperheads. It's like Desta Bailey is checked into the game along with Roy Young. Desta Bailey with his first run of the day. Brought down, able to find his back. His front. It's like Roy Young. Nope. Vashon Mars. Met by Anthony Halkias. And he's wrapped up. Axemen just peeking inside of the 40-meter line. After Roy Young, his first ever run. What can he do? Oh, and he bobbles the ball. Recovered. Copperheads met by Mason McCrory. A little bit of shove there. Met by Kevin Wathen and Josh Westerlin. Desta Bailey in with a tackle alongside Malcolm Webb. And they were roommates. It's like Jay Mambo in with a run. Roy Young! Oh, he misses him. Malcolm Webb in with the tackle. Mason McCrory up for the tackle. Anthony Halkias able to shove him off and make a move. In with Desta Bailey, in with the kick. Recovered by Malcolm Webb. Malcolm Webb's still up, still on his feet. And they're able to finally bring him down. Axemen looking to get out of their own end. They give it off to Dave Washington. Super Dave Washington. Off to Zane Douglas. Zane Douglas with a big line break. Got one man to beat. Puts in a chip. There goes David Washington. He's got room if he can recover it. Kicks it off his foot. He recovers it. And he is in for the try. Great play. And with a dive. So with a little over 3 minutes left, Score stands at Jacksonville Axemen 32, Southwest Florida Copperheads 4, with a pending kick with Luke Finley set to put him up by 30 points. Coming at halftime, we have our Stars cheer squad set to give a performance. Meanwhile, Luke Finley sets up to kick. This should be a gimme. Able to get it through, no problem. So, with that, a little over 1 minute remaining in the half. Jacksonville Axemen at 34 points. Southwest Florida Copperheads at 4. So just enough time for maybe a set or so. See if the Axemen look to do something wild to get one more score before halftime, or they play it safe. Knowing Coach Rucho, they'll probably play it safe. Looks like, judging by the way Anthony Hauke has set up that ball, I'm betting they're going short. Nope, just changed his kicking style. Sean Mars going to take it himself. Traditionally, you'd give it to the front rower, but he beats to his own drum. Still fighting forward. Finally goes down. Referee Dean Cox calls a halt to play. Just a warning to play the ball. Sean Mars rolls it back. Off to Josh Westerlin. He's running hard. Able to make some solid meters on a hard run. Working hard today. Off to Desta Bailey. Desta Bailey, dependable veteran. Ooh, kind of an awkward pullback there. Desta's fine. He's a tough bird. Luke Finley off to Kevin Wathen. Kevin Wathen with a stiff arm just going forward. Oh, little punch to the face there. I don't believe Dean Cox saw it. Kevin Wathen will not be forgetting that. Anthony Hauke has just put a big old target on his back. Kevin Wathen coming out looking for a knockout blow next half. So stay tuned for that in the next half. Some more fireworks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about ready to get set for the second half of rugby here. Luke Finley set to kick off to the Copperheads. Both teams have swapped fields. Sat in with Coach Sean Rutcherson's halftime message. Overall, very happy with team's performance. Just wants him to clean things up on the outside edge. Referee Dean Cox puts time back on. Luke Finley with the kick. Fairly short, awkward one. Taken down by Malcolm Webb. Kevin Wathen in support. It's like Piggins, an Australian. Tripped up by Stephen Hill. Brought down by Josh Westerlin. Oh, and that's a bobble. That ball was forward. Dean Cox lets it go. Looked forward from my angle. They're going to go through, able to make a line break. Be caught by Vashon Mars. Good defensive effort. Alongside Josh Jackson, the veteran. Oh, and that's a bobble picked up by Malcolm Webb. I believe Dean Cox will call a double knock on. Still Axemen ball. So for those unaware, in rugby league, it is an infraction to knock the ball forward with your hand. So in the event you try to catch the ball and drop it, and it goes forward, that's a knock on. But when both teams do it back to back, the foul goes to the original offending team. So it will be Jacksonville Axemen ball. Mason McCrory off to the Kiwi, Zane Douglas. He fakes it inside, gives it off to James Williams. He's got room to work. Oh, and James Williams bobbles it, able to hang on and stay in bounds. James Williams able to beat defenders. They're going to hold him up, it looks like. That'll be held up. So the Axemen still get to use all of their tackles. They'll just move it back to the 10-meter line. Ball. Luke Finley screaming for the ball. Looks like he's got something set up. Out to Justin Williams. Big thud on that hit. Mason McCrory gonna dump it out to Kevin Wathen. Someone shoots up on him. Looks like Jay Mambo. And that forces an error from Kevin Wathen. The Axemen lose the opportunity to go up another score. Lucky break for the Copperheads. So they will look to even out the score line here. At what point does the desperation for the Copperheads set in? They start throwing wild. This is a test of how disciplined the Copperheads are, down by so many points and running out of time, especially for a team that they've never beaten to come so close last year, to lose it on the final buzzer. You have to imagine they came in to this game expecting a close one. It's Kevin Wathen in with a decent thud. At Anthony Haggius, out to Piggins. David Washington shouting instructions. Oh, and that's a knock on. That'll be Copperheads ball. Excuse me, Axemen ball. Jacksonville Axemen get a lucky break after losing the ball in the red zone. Be looking to strike once more. James Williams rocking the signature crop top look. And another round the back fake off to Dave Washington to Action Jackson. Skips him, goes to Vito Mars. Vito Mars, he's in. Just tries to center things up, make life easier for Luke Finley. With that, Axemen put up another score 5 minutes into the half. Put them at 38-4. 35 minutes remaining in the half. With a Luke Finley kick pending, set 2. Put them at 40 points on the day. At this point, the ground is mostly dried up. Bit of moisture in the air. And that kick is through. So with that, at 34 minutes remaining in the game, it is Axemen 40, Copperheads 4. Copperheads set to kick. Anthony Halkias goes back to the sideways position on the tee. I'll have to try that later. Vashon Mars with the kick over his head, just going to take it himself. He hops and jumps. Able to make a good run. Next spin it, roughly 25-meter line. Josh Westerlin able to bounce off a tackler, and he finally goes down over the 40. Nice 10-meter run by him, at least. Justin Williams, big runner, he comes through. They pull down his britches, and he's still able to go forward. And that ball's popped out. Now, what happened there? Just a bit of miscommunication. And that'll be a try for the Copperheads. I would have assumed he was tackled. Therefore, the ball would be dead unless there was an infraction on the play of the ball. However, Dean Cox said the ball got knocked out before he was held in the tackle, so therefore it was a live ball and a live play. Therefore, Copperheads try. It's like Anthony Halkias set to kick. Is he even going to put it on the tee? Yeah, there we go. He's waiting for the tee. Here comes Caleb with the tee. Accompanied by women's player Willie Babellis. Halkias. Haven't seen him kick too much today. Hard to get a judge on his accuracy. And that kick is good, so 10 minutes into the first half. The score, Jacksonville Axemen 40. Southwest Florida Copperheads 10. Imagine the Jacksonville Axemen looking to respond after what they will feel like is a cheap try, unearned try. Luke Finley set to line things up. Luke Finley with the orthodox setup position on the tee. Doesn't go for all this sideways business. Copperheads recover it. Give it off to Wes Piggins. Taken down by Mason McCrory. Able to drag him down. A little bit of help from Kevin Wathen. Come up hard. Josh Westerlin. Kevin Wathen and Josh Westerlin. Able to bring him down. On Jay Mombo. Anthony Halkias. Off to Wes Piggins. They'll be wrapped up by Kevin Wathen, Josh Westerlin once again. Comes Kevin Wathen in with a hard one, and that ball pops loose. Recovered by Kevin Wathen. He gets a run in. That'll be Axemen ball with a fresh set of 6. Off to Dave Washington. Dave Washington cuts inside, takes a hit up. Dave Washington, he's a back, not afraid to hop in the line and take on those middle players. Really showed that off against Tampa last week. Ran straight at Tampa against Tampa's big 3. Josh Westerlin fighting forward. Hard to tell. Still in bounds. Off to Malcolm Webb. Malcolm Webb knocks off a tackler. Malcolm Webb deceptively hard to bring down. They don't even bring him down, able to just hold him up. Malcolm Webb plays the ball. Off to Mason McCrory. Off to Zane Douglas. Ooh, and he might have tapped that off his foot. Referee Dean Cox says it hit the ground. And that'll be a scrum for the Southwest Florida Copperheads, and it'll be their ball. Zane Douglas frustrated. Into the game, here comes Justice Pino. We call him Posty. From a distance, you might mistake him for Post Malone. To realize he's far more handsome than a Post Malone is. That ball's out the back to Jay Mombo. And that ball pops loose. That'll be recovered by Justice Pino. Off to Terrence James. Call them twins. Brother. Mace McCrory. Off to Zane Douglas. Zane Douglas off to Malcolm Webb. Oh, and that ball pops loose. Malcolm Webb, a rare mistake. Terrence James, brother to James Williams. Their mother is almost always at every single game. Hear them shouting on the sidelines. Very passionate supporter of her sons. Will they go strong side or weak side here? Which side do they want to attack? Oh, there they go. They go weak side. Caught by Justin Williams alongside Desta Bailey. Wes Biggins. Luke Finley able to miss a tackle. A solid thud by Zane Douglas. And they're able to drag him back with the help of Josh Jackson. Dave Washington shouting defensive instructions. Oh, and something happened there. Been a miscommunication. Southwest Florida Copperheads dropped the ball. Then a knock on by, I believe, Justin Williams. So that'll be double knock on. Scrum to the Jacksonville Axemen. It's roughly over halfway here in the second half. Axemen ahead comfortably. Malcolm Webb giving him space. Not what you want to do. Oh, it looks like Malcolm Webb might have taken a shot to the back of the head there accidentally. That'll be a try. It's like an unintentional knock to the head. Didn't look malicious in the least. Malcolm Webb, he's another tough guy. He'll be fine. You'll have to drag him off the field. Finley set to take another kick. I've lost count of how many kicks he's made, but I can tell you he's only missed 2 on the day. Finley, it looks good, and it is good. So with that, 25 minutes left to play in this game. It is Axemen 46, Copperheads 10. Jacksonville Axemen rolling along in this game. Goes back to the sideways kick position. Utterly fascinated by this T positioning. Oh, and he takes a short kick. It's recovered by Josh Action Jackson. Axemen with some room to work. Let's see what they can do. Off to Terrence James, the second row. They're going to snuff him out. for a marginal gain. Desta Bailey. Another strong defensive showing by the Copperheads. Justice Pino faked for it, going back to Trevor James, and he finds some space. Able to make a strong run, finally tackled by Anthony Halkias. Out to David Washington. Is he going to take it wide or take it himself? He's going to take it himself. Off to Josh Westerlin with an awkward bounce. Brad Shipman off to Malcolm Webb. Great teamwork on this. How about that? Brad Shipman with the try assist. Gets it in for Malcolm Webb. And a great effort as some Copperheads players looking defeated at this point. Luke Finley, pretty decent kick here. Not a kick I could make, but then again, move forward. Let's see what he can do. That kick is up. Ooh, it's close, but I'm going to say no good on that one, and Dean Cox agrees. So with that, a little over 20 minutes left to play. It is Axemen 50, Copperheads 10. Oh, and Dean Cox will call for the 20-minute water break. Once again, thank you for joining us on this wonderful evening. It's looking like it was set to be a miserable, nasty day in the Sunshine State, but it lived up to its name, and lovely overcast game today. Not too bad. And ladies and gentlemen, next weekend, we have the Jacksonville Axemen taking on the Tampa Mayhem. And after last week's game, let me tell you, this one game you do not want to miss. It is set to be an absolute shootout. Tampa Mayhem hungry to avenge the loss last week. A lot of passion, a lot of beef. Should be a fantastic game to watch. If you love hard hits, if you love a scrap every now and then, and who doesn't? Let's be honest. Who doesn't love a scrap? The fans love it. Players love it. Disciplinary boards don't love it, but it's part of the game. Go. Southwest Florida Copperheads taking their time to walk back. Anthony Halkias set to kick. As Roy Young is checked back into the game. A short kick off to Vashon Mars. He's going to take it himself. A few hops, and he cuts. Goes inside. Going to be tackled right at, it's like the 20-meter line. Off to Terrence Young. Terrence Williams. We call him Twin. Desta Bailey, as Coach Sean likes to call him. Here comes Roy Young. Nope, gives it off to Zane Douglas. Zane Douglas off to Malcolm Webb. Malcolm Webb able to shake off a tackler, cuts in and out. Off to Zane Douglas. Zane Douglas fakes it to James Williams, back off to Malcolm Webb. Malcolm Webb is going to cruise home for yet another try, and I believe that puts him at a hat trick on the day. Malcolm Webb's hat trick brought to you by 121 Financial. Axemen now comfortably coasting in this game, in control, in the driver's seat. Let's see if Coach Sean tries to experiment on some new things. Mason McCrory with the kick, and he shanks it just a touch to the right. That'll be no good. Copperheads set to kick off one more time. With under 20 minutes left to play. Axemen at 54, Copperheads at 10. With the kick, kind of a spiral kick on that one. Sean Mars lets it bounce, recovers it. Sean Mars takes it up, able to knock off a tackler. Just as Pino set for a hit up here. Let's see what he can do. He's a little bit safe. Able to fight forward. Able to find his front. Copperhead's able to effectively take him down. Plays the ball. Tony Robinson now playing dummy half. Takes it off to Roy Young. Roy Young with a decent run. Able to play the ball. Off to Alex Eberle. Alex Eberle fighting forward for some yards on his Axemen, just peeking inside the 40-meter line. Oh! And that'll be a knock-on by Tony Robinson. A rare mistake by Tony Robinson. That'll be a scrum for the Copperheads. Gotta imagine they're looking for a moral victory, coming home with a strong finish. I'm willing to bet this ball is going to West Piggins in 13 right now, if I had to guess. And I was wrong. Andrew Voss, I'm not. But here we go. That he's brought down by David Washington, Terrence James. And in, tackled by Posty. Roy Young with support. Brad Shipman in with the tackle. Looks like that'll be a knock-on by the Copperheads. Axemen ball once again. A little over 16 minutes left to play here in the game. Oh, looks like we have a player down for the Copperheads. Dean Cox will call time off on that. Clock's still ticking. I believe we're at 16 minutes, 31 seconds. Set for the scrum here. Luke Finley with the feed into the scrum. You're going to go short side. Luke Finley takes it in, bumps off a hit. Take him back a little bit. Won't shake the South African one bit. Here goes Roy Young in with the run. Runs forward, the strong run. Tony Robinson off the Brad Shipman. Ooh, awkward pass. Recovered by, I believe, Justice Pinot. Tony Robinson going to take it himself on a scoot. They're going to make some meters. They're going to take some of that back. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Off to Malcolm Webb. Oh, and that's a shot. Malcolm Webb able to shake him off. Looks like that'll be a penalty on a high tackle. Copperheads just got a little too excited. I believe that'll be a HIA on Tony Robinson. Excuse me, or just a regular sub. That ball go out of bounds just on the other side of the 50-yard line. There goes Twins up with a run. About an 8-meter run. Just as Pinot Posty back inside to Vashon Mars. Back inside. Looks like he was trying to make an offload there. Able to hang on to it and beat off a tackler. David Washington with the ball. What's he going to do? Off to Stephen Hill. Stephen Hill off to Zane Douglas. Able to break a tackle. Break another tackle. Breaks another tackle with an offload to Josh Axon Jackson. They're going to finally bring him down. Axemen looking to strike, smelling blood. Malcolm Webb taking it himself on the scoot. They're going to wrap him up. Looking close to the line. Goes for the dive forward, and Malcolm Webb just getting knocked over. Not sure what that was about. Not sure if Malcolm Webb maybe tripped an ankle, or if he was pushed over. Hard to tell. Looks like referee Dean Cox will call a knock-on on that. And they'll take it back. Copperheads ball. Justice Pinot, Tony Robinson in marker position. There they go. Oh, and that's an unfortunate error by the Copperheads. Really unfortunate error. Maybe Axemen scrum here. If I had to put my money on it, I'd say this ball will go to Zane Douglas. And James Williams will complete his hat trick on the day. At least that's what the attempt will be. Nope, Zane Douglas going to take it himself. Justice Pinot. Able to try to fight forward. Going to bring him down. So the Axemen looking to set up something here. Curious what it is. And with Dave Washington. Dave Washington not quite there. Stephen O'Connell for the ball. So is Zane Douglas. James Williams wide open. That'll be an easy try for him to score. I believe that puts him on the hat trick. James Williams hat tricks brought to you by 121 Financial. So you're going to give Mason McCrory another chance to a kick here. Well, looks like a Copperheads player cramping up a little bit. Didn't drink enough Pedialyte before the game started. It happens. Mr. Croy with a tricky kick out here. Mr. Croy coming to us via California. Played in California Rugby League. From the sideline. Let's see if he can drill it home as he measures it up. The kick is up. Ooh, that looks good. What a great kick. Mason McCrory telling us what he thinks of Luke Finley's kicking skills. So, with a little over 11 minutes left to play, Axemen 60, Copperheads 10. I'm willing to bet Copperheads are going to go for a short kick here. Nope, they're going to go long. Stephen Hill, ball fielded by Stephen Hill. That ball went backwards. Dean Cox agrees. It'll be Kevin Wathen coming up here as he shakes off a tackler. Fight forward for some extra meters. Pull his jersey over his shirt. Stephen Hill, the meatball. He runs forward and he drives forward. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling forward. Mason McCoy, little play the ball afterwards. Off to Justin Williams. Justin Williams go forward, is able to break a tackle. West Payne's going low. That's a hard play, a hard offload. Zane Douglas with room to work, able to break a tackle. Back inside to mate James Williams. James Williams with no issue passes it off to Terrence. Terrence with the try. A little brother-to-brother connection. Able to put it in. Great play. Great work on the scramble offensively, able to punch it home and put in yet another try. As the Axemen continue to roll right along. Mason McCrory set to kick. You have to imagine who made one from that far out. This one from this distance shouldn't be too bad. But transitive property in rugby never works. Mason McCrory slots it through. So, less than 10 minutes left to play. The Axemen sitting at 66 points with the Copperheads at 10. Copperheads players trying to inspire one another. Now, I believe the record for points scored in an Axemen game is 104, and while we won't come near that today, I'm sure that won't stop them from trying. Stephen Hill, lets that one bounce, takes an awkward bounce, able to recover it. Stephen Hill stumbling forward, trying to make it forward. Finally able to bring him down after a bit of a tussle. Stephen Hill, taking a stumble forward. Mason McCrory. Looks like Copperheads will be offsides on that one. Be a penalty for the Jacksonville Axemen. Zane Douglas takes a quick tap, and he runs straight through the middle of them. Able to punch through the other side of the 50. Goes Justin Williams. Able to beat a tackle. Goes forward. Able to drive him back a little bit. Looks like he's slow to get up to play the ball. I'm sure he's fine. Just taking a breather. Zane Douglas, the Kiwi. They bring him down. Axemen peeking inside the 40 now. Alex Eberly. No, he fakes it. Off to Mason McCrory. Dave Washington in at dummy half. He's going to scoot it himself. Cuts inside, breaks some ankles, breaks a tackle, and puts it in for a try. That's another try for the Axemen with a little over 6 minutes left to play in the game. Our special T-boy for the day, Caleb. It's a good thing he's a marathon athlete because he is certainly getting his running in today, bringing this tee out for the Axemen. Accompanied by a women's player, Willie Babellis. Mason McCrory set to kick. Ooh, and that one is just wide. So with the scoreboard has gone out, but with around 5 minutes to play, the score is Axemen 70, Copperheads 10. Dave Washington set to receive. Shouting instructions as he prepares to captain his team through the last 5 minutes of this game. That'll be a short kick, kind of an awkward one. Recovered by Josh Westerlin. He's going to take it up. Offloads it up to Vashon Mars. Another offload to, I believe, Luke Finley. Another offload by Luke Finley off to Mason McCrory. And that ball pops out. Too many offloads. Looks like it'll be Copperhead's ball. Kind of an ugly play of the ball. Lazit. Rodriguez Caesar looking to test things out wide. And that ball pops out. Picked up by Terrence James. Referee Dean Cox, I believe he'll call a strip on that play. That'll be a penalty for the Copperheads. Oh, he's going to take a quick tap, trying to catch him offsides. Runs it to Kevin Wathan, Malcolm Webb. As I said earlier, not two people I'd recommend running straight into. Copperheads players getting fired up here by their own try line. Met by Malcolm Webb on a scoot. And Malcolm Webb pulls the ball out, and that'll be a strip as he grabs Malcolm's hair. Not the person I'd want to irritate in Malcolm Webb. Malcolm Webb, generally one of the nicest people you'll meet, and the hardest runner. Anthony Halkias makes a little move, tries to get in. Wrapped up by David Washington. He gets low. That ball is out. Met by Alex Eberly, and Justin Williams with a solid thud, able to drag him back. Removes the immediate threat. Copperheads looking like they're going to try to swing it out wide to Wes Piggins. Zane Douglas able to hold on, and that ball pops out. It was backwards. That looked like it was backwards. Dean Cox agrees. That will be a try for the Copperheads. Oh, and it looks like, and Sure, they're just discussing baking recipes, having a chat about fantasy teams. Just a little discussion. Not sure what instigated that. It's like able to resolve the situation without much incident. So Copperhead set to kick a conversion. I believe this will be full time after this kick is made. So the game has been settled. The only question is the margin of defeat. And that kick is through. So that concludes today's game. Final score, Jacksonville Axemen 70, Southwest Florida Copperheads 60. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me for this game. Once again, Axemen come home with the victory, moves them up to 4-0 on the season. Copperheads drop to 1-3. It's been a great day of rugby. Remember, folks, next game will be next Saturday, July 23rd. Same time, same place, 6:30, UNF Rugby Grounds, across from Hodges Stadium. Invite everyone to come out, as it should be a great show next week, as both teams will look to maintain dominance, as the Tampa Mayhem will be looking to come back and avenge the loss last week. But I've been Thomas Perry on behalf of my production crew. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you next week.